Now we're rolling. Damage Plan MMA podcast. I'm Jason, as always, my co-host, Mr. Zack Partridge in the house. What up, dog?
What up, Holmes?
I love the new setup, man. That's pretty sick.
New setup, baby.
I like it. You moved it to the
New
bigger
setup. Decided
It's bigger, or is it the same?
they're the same size,
He seemed bigger because there was nothing in there.
but it's open now. Nice open space.
Yeah, it's good. That's awesome, dude. I see you got the belts back there.
Yeah, that's the welterweight and bantamweight title belts.
Ooh.
So we'll be taking those off the shelf here in a couple of weeks.
Couple weeks, baby. It's coming up. Fierce Fighting Championship 21, baby.
Man. Yeah, I mean,
everybody's getting all their medicals. It looks like everything's good there. Scott, we're on top of it.
he doesn't believe anybody.
Hey, I haven't gotten a phone call from him yet. I'm sure I'll be getting it soon.
Yeah, it just calls me.
Hey, it's 96% done. He's probably going to jump on here.
Scott, he's going to start commenting.
I'm going to commenting. Jason's full of shit. It's good, man. We're good. We're good, Scotty. We had a pretty fun weekend of fights.
Yeah. It was wild.
It was a little wild.
We had the wild press conference. We had everything. Hey, who predicted Nate Diaz fourth round sub?
Fourth round. You know what's
the
funny?
The only thing I was wrong about is that Tony tapped and didn't go to sleep. I thought Tony would go to sleep.
I wish we had that prop because I agreed with you. I wish that prop was on our site. Matter of fact, after we recorded, I went to work and I was telling the finance guy, Max, I was like, dude, sprinkle a little bit on Diaz fourth round. And sure enough, I text him after. I'm like, didn't I tell you? Tony needs to put in the retirement papers, man.
Stop.
He does.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
I had the same argument with Blake Aurelian. No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
He's lost. Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
He's lost to 4 of the top 6 155ers in the world.
He didn't just lose.
Okay, he's losing to elite. Okay, so
he's not even competitive.
Anymore. He's not elite anymore. But guess who else isn't competitive in those fights? A bunch of other guys in the UFC that doesn't have numbers by him. Go fight the fun legacy fights. He's not a contender anymore, but let him go fight the fun legacy fights. Tell me you don't want to see Tony Ferguson and Robbie Lawler at 170.
No, I don't.
What?
No. Because no. Exactly.
You just picked a hill that picked a hill that you're willing to die on.
That's exactly what I said on about
what does he know? He likes Cejudo. He thinks Cejudo's like good. What does he know?
Dude, Tony, I think his chin is gone. Like his brain must be mush right now.
His chin is gone?
His chin he was not throwing shots. He wasn't throwing punches because he didn't want to get hit. Every time he got hit, he was getting hurt. He was hurt. You could see it in him. Jabs, anything that was landing to his head, he was just like, he's not all there.
I don't think you or anybody else should be telling Tony Ferguson or other fighters when it's time to hang it up.
I don't think so either. This is our podcast, and I'm giving my opinion. He needs to. Do you really think he fights again?
Yeah, Tony absolutely does.
Oh, dude, I don't like it, man.
Okay.
I mean, at some point, don't you got to have somebody in your corner saying, "Hey, dude."
You don't listen to nobody.
Do you think he goes to bare knuckle eventually?
Oh, I hope not.
A lot of the guys in the UFC are doing pretty good over there. Mike Perry's doing good.
Yeah, but Mike Perry's a brawler. Tony's not a brawler.
Yeah, he's not a brawler. Who else is doing? Joe Riggs is doing good, even though it was an accidental headbutt and got KO'd. Look at our boy Kai. Kai Stewart got a big win Saturday. Shout out to Kai, man.
Super good for him, dude. I am much more interested in prospects like Kai that are chasing the money early in their career than guys that are done in in high level MMA and then going and chasing paydays and bare knuckle. I don't like that at all.
Yeah,
I would much rather Tony
Chad
a couple
Mendes.
legacy fights. Here, I mean, okay, I know Carlos Conduit just retired, but like a Tony Conduit fight would have been really fun at 170. A Robbie Lawler, Tony, like let him have some legacy fights with other guys that kind of they're in the same situation. Used to be great. They're not competitive against the elite guys anymore. Let them fight each other. It's like a seniors division. Let them fight each other. It's fine. It's fine.
I don't want to pay for it.
You don't stop. You're not paying to watch them headline cards anymore. They're gonna stick them on the first fight or two of the main card or on the prelims. Like you're not paying for it.
I mean, I wouldn't even pay.
I'm not saying make Tony Ferguson versus Robbie Lawler for a fight night or headlining a pay-per-view. Like you're not paying for it.
I would have liked to have seen that like 4 or 5 years ago. Nate and Tony. I didn't realize you know what? Full disclosure.
Nate's huge.
Nate is huge. Like Nate's when they were in there, I was like, holy shit. Like, really?
You not see how bigger Nate was against Connor?
I did, but I don't know if I always thought Tony was a big 155er. So I thought maybe it would translate a little bit well, but dude, Nate looked big. He won me over a little bit. I'm not going to lie. He did win me over a little bit. I was cheering for him by the time the fight started. Dude, and his freaking, obviously he was eating those leg kicks. Facebook user. It's probably my daughter.
He was checking a lot of them too.
He was checking a lot of them. And yeah.
Okay. Did you watch Nate Diaz post-fight press conference yet?
No, I have not.
Oh, see, you messed up because it's the best version of Nate Diaz on a mic ever. It's the best.
I think the quote of
he was so high.
The quote of the pay-per-view, the whole quote of the whole week was Laura Sanko during Norma Dumont's weigh-in.
I can't believe she said that.
I can't believe she said it either.
They must have like
you or I said that
or something.
If you or I said that, we'd be sleeping on the couch.
Well, I would never say that.
I was thinking it, but I didn't say it. I showed it to Cherie. I said it to her and I showed it to her. She's like, oh my God, she really is. I'm like, it's freaking right there. She's driving a dump truck. That was awesome. Give me some Nate highlights from the thing since I didn't see it.
Oh,
I saw the part where he got his Travis Scott Jordans soaking wet.
Yeah. Let's see. He was so.
Those, like $800 down the drain.
He's like, have you ever talked to like Connor or whatever? He's like, what? You think he's just gonna like text message, call me? Hey, I want to fight you. He's like, I'd be like, hey, MFer, who gave me a phone? Who gave you my phone number? I want to find them. And he's like, what do you think? He just emails me. He's like, I don't know how to read no emails. Text me, like shoot in my DMs. He was on one. He was so funny.
It's good for him, man. Good for him. I bet I'd be real curious to see how his fight promotion does. You think he's got a little bit of backing from Uncle Dana on that?
No, not even a little bit.
Not even a little bit.
No, dude, Dana. By the way, Dana's getting soft in his old age. You said that too. Go listen like a year ago to now. Dana's aura, if you will, his demeanor is so different. He is turning into this. I told you, I think he's off whatever he was on.
He's off the gas.
Smaller. He's not as edgy. He's not as edgy. Before it's like Jake Paul. He's like effing Jake Paul, this, that, da, da, da. Now he's like, I don't give a about Jake Paul, man. Like, whatever, go do it. Sure. Like he's just but one thing, Dana's not out there promoting Eagle FC, Pettis' show, Jorge's show. It's not going to promote Nate's show. They're competition now. And now it's not competition in the sense that it's like worth.
He helped. He helped Khabib a little. I'm sure he's given Khabib advice. You know what I mean? They're not a competition to him.
I mean, it's not competition. I mean, they're on Fight Pass, which is his platform, right?
Yeah.
But I'll bet you Nate Diaz doesn't get on Fight Pass. Dude, you know what? He might, just because he brings numbers.
He brings numbers, man. He brings the numbers. Think of how many people are going to want to go fight for him. Good for him. Good for Nate.
I mean, dude, are you kidding me? If I had an opportunity to go fight for Nate Diaz promotion, you think I'm not going to go jump on one of those cards?
You're all in?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you'd have to do it, dude. You'd have to
talk to fighters at my gym. All the ones that are taking this serious as a career. It's like Nate Diaz calls me like, hey, come fight for me, kid.
You're in.
Yeah.
Where's he going to host him at? Stockton? In Stockton?
For sure. 209, baby.
Sacramento, somewhere in there.
Are we living in the Matrix or what? He subbed him with 209 in the
That was pretty
fourth.
cool. That was pretty cool.
That's
pretty cool.
weird.
Well, should we
yeah, I'm just
recap?
Let's see.
Let's jam through some of these early card ones. What did I lose? Oh, I lost my.
I will say this. I don't think I picked one wrong fight beside Macy Trezon on this card.
I did pretty well too, and I actually did. I didn't say what my bets were going to be, but I did pretty well on my bets. I took.
No, but I mean, we did it different because of the controversy around the press conference and the way. And you're going to hear my whole conspiracy theory on this because it gets deeper. It gets deeper.
Yeah,
I've changed my stance. I've changed my stance on the conspiracy theory part of it. I have a new angle that I'm on.
All right, let's jam through. We'll jam through from the bottom up, and then you can tell me. First fight of the night was Lanisi and Darian Weeks. I actually threw $10 on Lanisi because he was plus money. Got a little love on that. Got the split decision. Elise Reed and Melissa Martinez. Reed with the decision win. Al Tenghili against Chad Anheliger.
Reed's good.
Yeah, Reed is good. Norma Dumont, Danielle Wolf. Danielle Wolf is a freaking monster. She is ginormous. Yes, Zack did definitely call fourth round sub. Yep.
Norma Dumont. Norma Dumont. It's so hard because I don't think she's shown like she's never beating Nunez at 145. She's fighting in like a not real weight class in the UFC.
Yeah.
What do you do with her? She lost to Macy.
I don't know, man.
Bring Megan Anderson.
Well, Megan's pretty much done, isn't she?
Yeah, she's like she hasn't retired, but she's enjoying her time away from MMA.
Well, she lost to Macy 2 years in 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean Danielle Wolf, like it's like we don't know anything about her. It's only her second fight.
And she's 37 years old.
And she's 30, but she's a specimen, man. She looks like a freaking specimen in there.
But guess what? She's not beating Nunez. Dumont was cracking her.
Dumont
dropped her twice.
Yeah, Dumont was cracking.
Dude, if you're a pro boxer, here's the thing. I think the Danielle Wolf thing was severely mishandled. I don't care if you're a pro boxer. I don't care. I don't care if you're CM Punk, a pro wrestler that's skilled. I don't care if you're a pro boxer and have legit combat experience. I don't care what your background is. If you've been doing something into your late 30s and then try and make your pro debut at Contender Series and then in the UFC and not try and do some regional circuit fights, you are not prepared for this level of fighting. You're not.
No. Nope.
Wolf has tools, right? She has tools. She's not bad. She showed competency on the ground. And obviously she's a skilled and accomplished boxer. She's not beating anybody on the UFC roster.
On the flip side of that, though, you kind of got to push her along pretty fast because of her age, right? Like you can't take your time and
what I'm saying is she should have gone to a regional show. Go to an LFA, go to a Fury FC, a regional show like Fierce. Go somewhere like that and fight 4 times to get to 4-0, then go do it.
But now you're taking another 2 years off. Now she's almost 40. Like
that's it.
You got to strike while the iron's hot, right?
If she's that good, if she's good enough to be there, she can get other girls in and out of there in a year to 18 months. She can get those 4 fights in a year to 18 months.
Yeah, it's tough. That's a tough one.
Now,
I agree with you.
I'm just saying she's in a lose situation.
Yep.
The UFC is not going to win off that deal. She's not going to win off that deal. She's just being brought in for girls like Norma. Her and Macy Chazon probably fight at 145 next. She's going to lose to Macy. Like, she's just going to lose to those 4 or 5 girls around that range. She's going to be 1-3, 1-4, get cut. And it's like, thank you. Have a nice day. If she wanted to have a really like a legitimate career in MMA, why not just like go get some winnable fights first? None of these fights are winnable for her.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I shouldn't say not winnable. She obviously has a puncher's chance, but I mean, she's going to be a massive underdog in every single one of those matchups. And she literally just has a puncher's chance and that's it. That's not a great spot to be in MMA.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And it's not just one matchup. It's all of them.
Yeah. Hey, we called it Chris Barnett over Jake Collier. We're both in agreement on that one.
The most entertaining heavyweight fight I've maybe ever seen.
He looked like he was done. His eye was swollen.
What's up with his lip?
Yeah, and his lip. I thought maybe his jaw got broke or something because he was like, how can you not like that guy?
His lip was like numb.
Yeah, cash it, baby. I actually didn't bet that one, but I did pick him. I did bet the next one. I bet Denise Tulunlian against Jamie Pickett. I didn't watch the fight, but you told me he just looked like a freaking
big
monster.
And athletic. Dude's not a dog.
No.
Sorry.
Jalton Almeida.
If you're going to fight at 185, you need to be a dog.
Yeah, you got to be a dog at that division.
He's not a dog.
Jalton Almeida gets the rear naked choke in the first round. Yeah, he's a big problem.
Who's the 2 guys that beat that guy? That's what I'm talking about in MMA when you talk about these undefeated prospects. Sometimes I'm like, probably haven't been tested the right way. Who are the 2 guys that beat that guy?
Well, the first guy that beat him was back in 2018, Bruno Assis by decision in Brazil, and Thiago Moreira knocked him out in the first round.
Who had 17 fights when that guy had 4.
4. Yep.
Dude,
but ever since then, finish. Has he finished?
Almeida's the goods. Almeida's the goods.
Dude, he's literally finished everybody since then.
I'm not kidding. He's a top 5 205er right now.
I don't think he has a decision on his, other than jiu-jitsu. He's got 17 wins with 17 finishes.
I think at 205, I think he's a legitimate top 10 205er right now on the planet.
Dude, he's huge. 6'3".
And he mauls you when his fight IQ on the ground with his jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
He doesn't just like muscle it. He sets traps on the ground. He trapped that arm triangle and then made him come back and do it like a rear naked choke. He's high level jiu-jitsu on the ground. He has great wrestling and he is good on the feet. Dude, he's a gargantuan problem everywhere. I mean, good luck. Good luck. He might be the second coming of like a Glover Teixeira at 205, where he's just better than everybody on the ground.
Next up, we had Julian Erosa beating Hakeem Dawadi. I actually thought Dawadi would do a little bit better. Juicy J came to fight.
Juicy J blanked Dawadi, 30-27.
He looked good.
Best Juicy J performance we've ever seen.
Shout out to Juicy J, man. Hey, there was another underdog sleeper I think we both were on last week. Johnny Walker beating Ian Kutalaba. I know I sprinkled a little bit on that. Yeah, Johnny Walker, let's go. And why did he get kicked? Why did he get kicked out? I want to know why he got kicked out of the casino.
real quick. Does Kutalaba, does he have the worst fight IQ?
Oh, he's horrible. He's horrible.
He's just a berserker. That guy needs to go to bare knuckle boxing.
Yes. I want to know why
he's a bare knuckle boxer.
I want to know why Walker got kicked out of the casino.
Did you hear what Dana said?
Mm-mm.
Dana said that T-Mobile, like some of their staff was still operating under the COVID protocols and trying to get people out of the locker rooms as soon as possible. And that's why he was forced out. Makes no sense.
Yeah, that makes no sense. That's weird. Did he really get kicked out? He probably just left. I'm thinking he probably just left.
No, Coach Kavanaugh said they came and they're like, no, you guys got to leave. And he's like, he hasn't even showered. He still had his UFC gloves on.
I saw that. Yeah, no shoes, UFC gloves. Yeah,
what in the?
Come on.
Hey, show my man Johnny Walker some love.
Aldana and Chiazon. Aldana with the up kick to the liver. Have we ever seen that before?
Broke my heart. Macy, I thought Macy was on her way to she was ragdolling Aldana in the second round. It was a good fight for Aldana to get pushed the way she did and then come out with the win. Dude, I feel like that's something. I feel like it's something that we've never seen happen before that could start happening. Like instead of people up kicking at the face, they just start doing that scissor kick, like chopping at the liver.
Yeah. That was a good one. D-Rod and the Leech. D-Rod getting a controversial split decision win, which is good for me because I bet on him.
Yeah, me too.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
First, foremost, Leech is a gangster. Everybody's talking about gangster. That dude's the gangster.
Yeah.
He took it on the shaft. He got the shaft every which way all weekend. Made no excuses. Here's the thing. Okay. You watched the fight yet? Did you watch that fight?
No.
Okay. Here's the thing. With the Leech. He hurt D-Rod in the second round. So he won the second round pretty clearly. The problem was even though he was exploding more, he never was really catching Rodriguez and doing anything significant in the first or the third round. That's why he lost those 2 rounds, because D-Rod's jab landed the whole freaking fight. He works behind his jab, and he beats people with volume. And that's what he did. And people that didn't like the split decision, I understand it. Yeah. But you got to look at the optics of it and go rewatch the fight and the volume and the output. If there's no significant damage done in the round, volume wins.
Yeah.
And D-Rod won those first and third round with volume.
Would D-Rod have beat Holland?
I don't think so. He didn't look great. And this is, again, these next 3 fights, I give everybody a pass of if you didn't think they have the best performance, especially Leech and especially Tony. Their circumstances completely changed in 24 hours.
Yeah. That was – I got to give it to those guys.
I mean, Leech makes 170 and had to fight a guy that only made 180.
How about Chimaev's fight IQ? He didn't mess around. He's just like, dude, I'm not standing up with you. I'm just going to take you to the ground. I'm going to choke you out.
You ready?
Yeah.
Chicken crap move.
Protect yourself at all times.
Yeah, that's fine. But if you're that good, you don't need to do that.
You think maybe it was a little bit. You think it was a little bit of nerves with the way everything changed about, he's got this persona, like he's this badass. And he's probably like
me, you, and Steve Sharp text during the fights, right?
Yeah.
And Steve asked, like, is he going to try it? I said, no, Chimaev's going to go right to work. Take him down.
I thought so too. Yeah.
Like, and he did that. I thought that was very predictable. Chimaev wasn't coming to mess around. He's not. But here's the reality. Here's a very, very alarming thing with Chimaev. His fight IQ is not high. Or let's put it this way. His aggression is so over the top that he doesn't stop to think about anything, which beats a lot of guys. I think that's where he gets beat when he starts facing more elite guys. Almost cost him against Gilbert Burns. Okay.
Did
almost cost him. But
yeah.
you know who that doesn't work against? Usman. You know who else that doesn't work against?
Colby.
Probably Colby. You know who else it doesn't work against? Rachmanov, Sean Brady, those guys. Like, if he goes up to 185, you know who else that doesn't work against right now? Bo Nickel.
Yeah.
Hamza was breathing so heavy a minute 30 into that fight. That is not a sustainable way to keep fighting. It's not. He almost blows his load in the first minute and a half every single fight.
Yeah.
It's gonna cost him. Give me one elite wrestler and he's screwed. Hey, and I'll say this too.
They did say he's fighting. Yeah.
And I'll say this too about Chimaev. He said he doesn't want to beat Robert Whittaker because he's such a nice guy and he likes him and he doesn't want to fight him to beat him. You ready for this? I don't think he beats Robert Whittaker.
Yeah, sounds like him and what's his name are going to fight at 185. They've been talking. They've been chirping back and forth.
Who?
What's his name? Just fought on the Salt Lake card, co-main event. Paulo Costa. They've been chirping back and forth.
That's a big boy if you think you're just going to ragdoll Paulo Costa.
Yeah, Chimaev's coach said that his next fight will be at 185, and they've been chirping back and forth.
Chimaev's worst case scenario is losing to Paulo Costa, somebody else that's very unlikable. That would be a horrible loss for Chimaev.
How does Costa beat him? He just gets him tired and just.
Actually, I'm not sure.
He could probably eke out a win over Costa.
If it's on a pay-per-view, which I'm guessing it would be, because Chimaev's so marketable, I feel like Chimaev probably wins a 3-round decision by wrestling him and out controlling him.
What if you give Chimaev like a Sean Strickland? No, because you can't give him anybody lower than that, right? You can't give him anybody outside the top 10. You gotta give him a top 10 guy, right?
Top like 7 or 5 or 7.
So yeah, give him a Costa and don't give him Pereira. Bronson, maybe.
Yeah, give him Pereira.
Oh man, I can't wait for that Izzy fight. You know what I can't wait for?
I'm serious. Everybody's talking about Chimaev. And ready for my conspiracy theory now? Remember I talked about this is funky, right? Everything's funky. And I thought that something was up. This is probably the more plausible thing because Dana even said, you're out of your mind if you think that I got all 6 of these lunatics on the same page ahead of time. That's probably true because they are good luck trying to get Nate Diaz just to fall in line on something, right?
Yeah.
I said, you know what's actually probably more probable to me is Chimaev. I don't care how big of a gangster he thinks he is. Everybody wants to be liked.
Oh, of course.
Right? Everybody wants to be liked. His feelings were hurt that people were booing him.
Yeah.
He could say whatever he wants. No, whatever. I think that Chimaev's and by the way, this only works if you believe Chimaev's crazy, which I believe he's crazy. I actually do think that Chimaev said, you know what? I'm going to go. Everybody knows what I'm going to do to Nate Diaz. I know what I'm going to do to Nate Diaz. I'm not really worried about Nate Diaz beating me. But there's no win-win in beating Nate Diaz for Chimaev.
Yeah.
Right? Like, he's the bad guy. Everybody wants Nate to win. And then the press conference happens. And Kevin Holland's calling him a fake gangster, says he's not about that life, this and that. What if Chimaev took a calculated risk, missed weight on purpose, and then presented the UFC, just let me fight Kevin Holland. We're the same weight.
Could have. I mean,
isn't that more plausible? Isn't that more plausible? And then the UFC's like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, just let me fight Kevin Holland. He was talking all that. Just let us fight. And then they're like, and do what? Oh, Tony could just go fight Nate. And they're like, well, that actually fight probably makes a lot more sense than Leach and Tony and Nate and Chimaev. And he goes, yeah, and then just let D-Rod and Jing Lee fight. He's like, there, I just solved your problem and the card got better. And then Hunter Campbell and Dana probably looked at each other and went, you're right. It is better. Yeah, let's do that. And that's more plausible to me actually than it being orchestrated. And Chimaev sitting there like, yeah, I'm gonna. This guy's dangerous, but his one hole is wrestling. I'm just gonna come out, take him down, and just choke him.
Yeah. That's.
And people are like, oh, but he lost his main event. Dude, do you think Chimaev cares about being the main event?
No, not at all.
Neither do
but
I.
It does. Yeah, Chimaev ain't that smart. He's probably not that smart,
but his coaches might be.
His coaches might be. It just seems weird that they said that the doctor stopped the weight cut. It's like,
here's another thing. The
doctor stopped the weight cut.
Hey, listen. If a fighter ever, I repeat, if a fighter ever goes to the hospital or to a doctor during a weight cut, they are pulling out of the fight. And then they're looking for a way out because they're saying, oh, the doctor made me pull out. No. There is not a doctor in the world that is going to sign off on a fighter cutting weight. They're going to say, no, you need to restart rehydrating and eat immediately. You're dehydrating yourself. This is not healthy. This is not safe. There's not a doctor in the world that is going to sign up for this. So that being the case, if Chimaev or somebody on his team called the doctor, that is when he pulled out of the fight. The doctor did not pull him out of a fight. It doesn't work that way. It does not work that way, dog. You cannot tell me that Chimaev, oh, I wanted to keep cutting weight. No, you didn't, because then you wanted to let somebody on your team call the doctor.
Yeah. No, you didn't. Yeah. I don't know, man.
It doesn't work that way, dude. It does not work. I mean, seriously, if I'm like cutting weight and I'm like, oh, I don't feel very good. And it's like, oh, maybe we should go to the hospital. And it's like, oh, but I want to fight. Yeah, let's just go get checked out. Okay, we'll just go get checked out. No, you're done because the doctor's going to immediately stick an IV in your arm or tell you to start rehydrating.
In the end, it all worked out because I thought the matchups were better.
Kevin Holland.
I would have liked to see Holland and D-Rod. I would have liked to see D-Rod and Holland.
I think Holland pieces him up.
D-Rod's boxing's pretty good. Yeah.
I think he's a little too long. It'd have been a good fight, though.
What about let's jump ahead a little bit to this weekend. We got Sandhagen and Song Yadong.
That's a horrible fight for Song Yadong.
You think so?
I do.
Dude, he's been on a tear.
That's fine.
People keep writing the guy off, man. And
against Sandhagen, I'm writing him off.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. All I know is I cannot wait for next month. What is it, October 22nd, Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, first Challenger Series 3.
Freaking stacked. We scheduled it on UFC Abu Dhabi?
We didn't. They scheduled it on our day.
Biggest fight card of the year, of the century.
Hey, Old Man River. Abu Dhabi's going to be in the morning.
That's true. That is true.
So we'll be good.
Will they make it like a prime time thing? Maybe not prime time, but like a Saturday afternoon.
Maybe.
Ooh. Did you guys see the GOAT of combat sports is fighting? I did see that. I actually think Paul's got a good shot. I know you don't, but.
Yeah, I mean, he has a shot because he can punch hard, and Anderson's 47. But the people that are trying to tell me that Jake Paul is a better boxer than Anderson Silva, get out of here. He's not a better boxer. He's younger, so he might be a little
younger.
So the speed could be a thing, and then the power. But dude, Anderson still might be quicker. Anderson, okay, you ready? Anderson beat Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. in a boxing.
Yeah.
No, listen. Who took Canelo to a split decision?
Okay, time out. But since then, Chavez is a freaking head case. You're
a head case.
That's
and
if it would have been anybody else.
Morales,
Hey,
he's straight out of the loony bin.
I'm all about the boxer. I follow it. I love it. Chavez is, dude, he freaking quit on his stool. He just flat out just gave up. His dad, his freaking Chavez Senior's in the crowd, like shaking his head like my son just freaking quit.
I know. I remember that. So bad.
Fiji's back in the house. We need to see Fiji back in the cage. Just saying. Just throwing that out there. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah. I'm again, I might be wrong on this. I'm not picking Jake Paul, and I might be wrong. I mean, Anderson is 47. That's concerning. I would like to see Jake Paul fight somebody his age, his size.
Have they released odds on that yet?
Yeah.
What's the odds? I can't find that. It's not on.
I want to say it was
Silva going to be a favorite?
I want to say Silva was like minus 150.
I'm Googling it. Covers.com has it. Let's see. So,
yes,
where are we at?
Silva's minus 140.
I'll take Jake Paul at even money.
Oh my gosh. You ready for this? I'm still not convinced. Yeah.
It's true.
I'm still not convinced Jake Paul's fights are on the up and up. So
neither am I. Neither am I.
I would never bet on a Jake Paul fight again.
Oh, I am. Give me the plus money. Give me the plus money.
You're gonna bet on a fixed sport. Good job.
Who cares if he wins?
Well, yeah, if you're right.
If I'm right. Yeah, interesting.
I think that there's a clause in those contracts that says I can knock you out, but you can't try and knock me out. But if you can win, your only way you can beat me is by decision.
There's a lot of money flowing around in that to not think that something's up.
Ready for conspiracy theory hour?
Yeah.
I know that there are Brazilians who believe that Anderson Silva threw the first Chris Weidman fight on purpose. And the rumor is that there was money spread around all over Vegas by Anderson Silva's brother and his friends, maybe about $500,000 on Chris Weidman, who was like plus 1,300 or some ridiculous number. I can't remember exactly what the odds are. It was huge though. And I've heard from multiple Brazilians who said that a lot of people in Brazil believe that he threw that fight against Chris Weidman. And you watch the way he fought. I know he was showboaty before, but he took it to a whole new level that fight, and he got caught. And there's just a lot of people that believe. And so not saying that and let's put it this way. Anderson isn't exactly the most like integrity guy in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. I got what you're saying.
We know for a fact he cheated, and he was cheating his entire UFC run. And I know that for a fact.
So how come his name isn't brought up? Why is it always John Jones? How come nobody says anything about Silva?
Because he took his medicine and just took it.
Silva, he probably will. He probably will. DG?
Yeah. He should. I would.
Why not? I would. Why not?
No, because there's a way to handle it and there's a way to not. When you get caught and then you won't fist up, you put a bad taste in everybody's mouth. But let's look at baseball, right? We all hate Barry Bonds. We all hate Mark McGwire. We all hate all these guys, right? You know who we don't hate? Andy Pettit. Because guess what? He got caught taking HGH and everything too. But all he said, yep, you're right. I'm sorry I got caught. I had an injury. I was trying to recover faster to get back to help my team to be a good teammate. And everybody's like, yeah, that's a good reason to cheat. And nobody cares that Andy Pettit took it. Nobody. Meanwhile, Roger Clemens and And all those guys can't even sniff the Hall of Fame.
It's kind of like the Lance Armstrong thing. What is it? If you tested everybody, it went down to like the 19th or 20th guy.
21st guy tested clean.
Yeah. That's crazy.
The top 20 guys all popped. Our cheater's just better than your cheater. Who cares?
Just let them do it. Let them do it.
So
let them do it, baby. I'm with Andrew. I love those guys too. I love them too.
I hate Roger Clemens because he was a Yankee, but I did watch him pitch as an Astro, and that was pretty cool. Went to a Houston Astro game with Roger Clemens on the mound. That was cool. But here nor there, that's why, because Anderson was just like, okay, got caught, served a suspension. Like, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. Dude, even the Dillashaw stuff is already going away a little bit. People just tease him because he's still in the limelight.
It'll come up closer to the fight.
I know, but people still bring it up, and it's because he's in the limelight. But he handled it the right way. He didn't handle it like John Jones, where he fought it and wouldn't admit to it and do all this. And yeah, I mean, dude, John's just a sleazy dude.
Yeah.
John's just done everything from a PR standpoint. John's just done everything wrong since the beginning of time. One of my favorite things is, remember when him and DC had that sit down with Joe Rogan?
Oh yeah.
And DC said, went off camera and said, look at that PR person. There is fear in her eyes because she knows she's fighting a losing battle trying to promote you.
Yeah.
There was nothing you could say about it because it was 100% true.
Yep.
John's a nightmare. That's why. But Anderson, look at Anderson though. He's soft-spoken. He's nice. Like, he's playable. He's fun. He's all these things. So we don't care.
Yeah, we don't care.
It's why he's not my GOAT.
No, he's not my GOAT.
Mighty Mouse.
He's not my GOAT.
GSP or Mighty Mouse?
GSP or Mighty Mouse, yeah.
That's my combo.
Yeah.
Did you see Anderson Silva, who was his GOAT?
Who did he say?
BJ Penn.
Really?
I think he gets underrated now because he's lost so many fights in his old age.
Yeah.
Like, people forget that dude was a monster.
He was the prodigy, man. He was the prodigy. Yeah, I got to go with DJ or St. Pierre. I didn't appreciate St. Pierre while he was fighting. I do now. I didn't know enough about the sport, but
now that you're a little more educated. More educated. Aldo's up there. Aldo's a problem too. Well, the problem with Jose Aldo was the reason why he doesn't get the love that he deserves is he didn't have a real rival in his time. Yeah. Like John Jones isn't John Jones without DC. I think he was already John Jones before that, don't you think? I know, but that's what like elevated him that much more, right? Like he had this other all-time great. Yeah. Like it's okay. So it's Michael Jordan, right? Yeah. When Michael Jordan's around, nobody else ate. It's true. When he was the top dog, nobody else ate, dog. Tom Malone, John Stockton, Charles Barkley, Patrick Ewing, Reggie Miller, all them guys. When he was the top dog, nobody ate, dog. Hakeem Olajuwon only got 2 chips because he went and played basketball for 2 years, right? Baseball, yeah. Or baseball for 2 years, right? Yep. Well, when Jose Aldo was at the top, nobody else ate. When John Jones is in the game, nobody else eats, dog. Nobody's eating, baby. I think that's part of what makes John is DC was another all-time great. Yeah. But DC didn't even DC said it. It's not even a rivalry. When you're down 0-2, how can you even call it a rivalry? Yeah. No, the only one that can beat John Jones is a sobriety test. He does really well at it too. Anytime, brother, you like go. Oh, freaking Fiji. Are we done for the day? Is that it? Well, I guess we have a fighter spotlight interview here any second. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we got to get Andrew and Colton on.
That's what they're commenting. They're like, get off. They got to talk some smack now too.
Yeah.
Clap back.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick.
Yeah.
I am going to vent about something.
Okay.
The Denver Broncos coach needs to be fired after one game.
Oh, that was horrible.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Dude,
how do you not call a timeout there? You just paid your quarterback $200 million. You pay him that type of money because he converts on 4th and 5 for you. You don't back it up for a 64-yard field goal on the road.
And the kicker was 1 and 8?
1 for 8.
1 for 8 and 60-yard field goals. It was close, though. It was close.
He gave it a good run. I will say
when
he kicked it, I was like, oh, he got it.
I will say that the head coach, he brought up a good point, though. He said, hey, we weren't moving the ball. Like, I mean, it's 4th and 6. It's like
that's not a good point. It's not.
That is a good point. The whole game, you gotta coach for the game.
4th and 5. You pay your quarterback $200 million.
Quarterback wasn't doing shit all game. Quarterback could not move the ball all game. So why are you going to give him a chance now? Why not just go for it?
How did he get to that point in the field when the ball started on the 20?
Because they're freaking running. I'm just saying, the whole game he's not moving the ball. They're getting small chunks.
Dude, he had a better than a 1 in 8 chance. He had a better than 1 in 8 chance. To say that he didn't, that's ridiculous. Dude, that's ridiculous. Get out of here.
Did he?
You've been watching the Lions too long.
Why are they even in the game? Dude, the Broncos are supposed to be loaded.
Because they fumbled it twice on the one.
Exactly. Fiji doesn't even know who the quarterback is. That's my point. Exactly. Nobody cares about Russell freaking Wilson.
That's a horrible point.
Dude. Yeah.
He doesn't follow the NFL probably either.
Yeah, because they don't care. Nobody cares about Russell Wilson.
No, he doesn't care about the NFL.
Should have won that game.
That's a bad take.
Should have won that game.
Yeah, I know. And the coach is to blame.
Yep. Seahawks let him go.
He doesn't pay attention to the NFL. It's not like, oh, dude, he doesn't even care. Nobody even knows who he is.
Nobody cares.
He doesn't pay attention to the NFL.
Doesn't even care. His coach didn't even have enough faith in him to get convert a 4th and 5.
Guess who nobody knows? That coach.
They do now because we're all talking about him.
He's a moron.
He's a moron. That was stupid. That was a stupid call. Horrible. Oh, man. All right. Should we jump on? Let's get these guys on the podcast. I need to get, hey, Andrew and Colton, send me your guys' email address. I know. We're just giving you crap, PG. Zach's a Bronco fan, so he's a little heated this morning.
It was so bad.
That was, yeah. Everybody's like, dude, what is he doing? Man.
So bad.
All right. We'll jump off. We'll get this little Fighter Spot podcast going. We'll see you guys.
Okay.
Boom.
We out.